tonight. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Sally Shore, who is our Lit Crawl LA project director, and who will say a few words.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lit Crawl LA, our 4th annual here in the NoHo Arts District. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. We're just so happy to have you. We wanted to give a special shout out to Metro LA, who is a presenting partner here, for letting us use this space, for being a sponsor. And how many people came Metro tonight? All right. We do have some great giveaway bags for all of you.
For the District 39. And I'm so delighted to be here this afternoon with all of you. And like a mom and grandma, I really promote the reading in our homes and in our schools. And that's what I'm so happy to be here with all.
We're going to have. So the next, our next guest is Mr. Ken LaSalle from the office of Congressman Tony Cardenas, who's going to say a few words.
Can everybody hear me? Yeah. I could hear myself too. All right. So my name is Kenny LaSalle. I'm a field representative for your Congress member, Tony Cardenas. He represents the Northeast San Fernando Valley, which includes North Hollywood. Yes, North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, so the congressman is no stranger to the arts. In fact, all of his children are artistic in some way, one way or another. They make music, they bake, and also one of them is a local muralist here in the San Fernando Valley. Lit Crawl LA and the Global Lit Crawl are important because they highlight literary arts through the collaboration of the community, business, and also the government. So it's not just Sally. Sally organized everybody to be here.
Yes,
so
Sally!
all of us. So all of us can enjoy tonight. It took many emails and many phone calls. And
Matthew, thank you, Sally, for putting on this amazing event each year. We talked about it 4 years ago, and
it comes out pretty good.
It's grown.
Looks damn
it's
good.
so professional now. I'm very impressed. So the Lit Crawl started in 2004 in San Francisco. We did it in a Mission District neighborhood, and we were terrified. We never thought it would ever work. And since then, it's expanded. A week and a half ago, we did 99 events in 3 hours. So if I seem a little stupid when you talk to me, I'm just tired. Denver has already occurred, Chicago has already occurred, Iowa City has already occurred, New York City has already occurred, Boston is coming up in another week, and Helsinki, Finland, has already occurred. So if you're interested in going, just wait till next year. Thank you all so much for supporting the Lit Crawl, especially all of you in the civic sector. This means a lot. We started in San Francisco as a way to sort of promote literature, and especially to people who don't always get the spotlight shown on them. And this is a very diverse program, and I'm very proud of it. So thanks a lot, and enjoy it.
Right here, and the LGBTQ position champion for Panorama City Service Area. We want to welcome everyone to the LA Lit Crawl, and we hope that you have a great night exploring the performances taking place around Metro tonight. Kaiser Permanente is proud to be the official walking sponsor of Lit Crawl LA, and supporting the local community is very important to us in Central Mission. Kaiser Permanente partners with Reach Out and Read, a program where every child receives a book at their pediatric appointments from ages 6 months to 5 years old to encourage reading to children. Children who grow up with books and who are read to during the first year of life are more likely to love reading and start school ready and informed. Walking is a great way to get moving. We're to the right, and then later at 9 p.m., we'll be located at 5250 membership during our free book call. Last week, we really call everyone, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And hi everyone, how are you? Happy Lit Crawl. I just want to give a big round of applause to Sally Shore and the team that has organized this. This is our 4th year celebrating literature in the streets of Los Angeles, North Hollywood. And we are part of a big literary movement. It all started with Litquake in San Francisco. There's also lit crawls in Colorado, Portland, I think even in Canada. Anyway, this is just such a wonderful experience. So, welcome to the Los Angeles Poet Society Hit It presentation, The Beat of the People. What this is going to be is a spoken word, poetry. Yeah, let's hear one of your poems, Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear for Jeffrey Allen Rockland.
All right. Wow. Yeah, so nice to be here. So nice to be anywhere. I see Radomir Luza, famous guy. Anyway,
Oh, I thought you were.
I will do. Okay. How about a little short, little kind of a love poem to start things off here? We don't want to do any blood and guts yet. It's too early in the evening for the domestic violence stuff. This is called The Caretaker of My Absence, a love story. The caretaker of my absence does the dishes, mows the lawn, vacuums, makes vegetarian lasagna, leaves box scores for Dodgers and Angels, Lakers and Clippers games, writes a concise but detailed synopsis for all my TV shows, current affairs, and news events, reads from my library of poets, makes me a list of prompts, and tidies up my room. In the afternoon, she sits on the porch swing, white cotton apron over blue gingham dress, surrounds herself with bouquets and bowls of fresh-cut flowers from her garden, wears a crown of zinnias and marigolds, quotes Chaucer, "No empty-handed man can lure a bird. People can die of mere imagination. What is better than wisdom? Woman. And what is better than woman? Nothing." She jots down her thoughts in a periwinkle notebook, wipes a tear from her cheek, and pines for my return. Somewhere beyond comprehension, adrift in space, alone in a universe without you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jeffrey Allen Rockland, awesome poet. I like to call him a beat poet. He has such rhythm. He has some spoken word CDs too. Definitely feel free to meet us and talk to us after. We have a table here with some of our author books, and also just a general book sale. Just donations help the LA Poet Society. We're a nonprofit. We've been around since 2009. Next month's our 7-year anniversary, so we're gonna have a big party. And that's to be planned. I gotta get that set up. So, Alejandro Molina, you wanna do a poem?
Sure, why
All right, I'll
not?
hold that for you. And Alejandro is a poet that's also been published in this recent anthology that he's showing. This is called the Coiled Serpent Anthology, and it's from a local press here in Los Angeles called Tia Chucha Press that was co-founded by LA's poet laureate Luis J. Rodriguez. Yeah, and this book is many LA poets, about 150 or so, and some from out of town. But we've been doing tours of this book all around, and Alejandro is in here. So let's hear it for Alejandro Molina.
Thank you. Can you record it?
Thank you for being here. This poem is entitled Border Crossing.
In my purse, and they're there.
I stop, look north and south, and look where may I go. Receive my open arms and hugs, oh lonely Los Angeles. I nurse you with my sweat. Speaking Spanish rescues me sometimes from your jaw. It gives me a sense of direction, but it does not give me financial freedom. So I stop and start turning without direction while I speak English and Spanish. I get the strength by longing about our history and about our goal-oriented spirit. I pronounce my name, and the sound travels through the streets, dragging my images all the way down until my name is shouting between buildings. When my name returns, I start thinking and thinking, speeding and speeding, thinking and speeding. I build my strategic plan my certainty, plan to make a blockbuster, plan to see us, the hybrid men, saving the world, and plan to enforce my bilingual power!
Oh!
I'm starting to advance. Puedo hacer esto y lo otro. I can dress Latin and French words so they stay in my head. And I can conquer English literacy. I tell my fellow Latinos who work as a cashier at the grocery store that I am not speaking English to forget my culture. Yo soy su brother, hermano, vine de allá también. I will never leave my people behind. However, if I don't speak English, I will be left behind. I will continue halting and running in the core of the city, in the core of history, in the core of sophistication. Necessary, not for sport, but obligation, economical obligation, cultural obligation, and linguistic obligation. We will be left behind. Atrás se quedará la bola.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing works if I stay on the border. Thank you.
All right.
Things happen. And Alejandro is part of that team. He is the director of the Spanish Cultural Affairs. Basically, he helps link us to do more bilingual events and just help promote our Spanish speaking literary friends and stuff. So thank you for being part of the team, Alejandro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
okay. All right. Next, I want to introduce you to the North Hollywood Poet Laureate, Radomir Luza. Come on up, Radomir. Let's hear it.
Yes, thank you, Justin. Give yourselves a hand for coming out. Let's hear it, people. Let's go. All right, yeah. All right. So, this is the fourth year I've been involved in this sucker, and it gets better every year. More people, more interest, more love, and this year it looks really nice. So, I'll be reading at the after party, which is at the Federal Bar at 10. If you want to come over there, we need people to come over there because it's an after party, and we want a lot of people. So, I'll do this. Sometimes I wake up early and I look at the sun. And the sun, to me, is beautiful. It's what life is. And I call it the bleeding sphere. And this is a poem called The Bleeding Sphere. Looking into the blonde sun on this early October morning, I see your eyes. Confident and clean, ruddy and blue. They are made of church windows. The stations of the cross multiplying in your retinas like kittens. The altar cascading in the shadows of your hair like bent moss. The roof collapsing into your thin arms like a broken freight train. And still, the malignant moon sits in the sky like a yellow flamingo, silent and calm. Strands of your locks falling onto the marble floor like autumn leaves. I notice your face, cheekbones and chin, lips and beaded forehead. You are always what you seem, a transparent light, a blooming red rose. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm not usually shy, but tonight I'm like, you guys got me scared out here. Wow. I do this all the time. Yeah, that's wow. Okay. Yeah, it's good to be a part of this whole literary movement. It's a beautiful thing. I think poets. I went to the biggest poetry event in the world, held in the world, in Medellin, Colombia, and it was nice, but self-imposed exile from the things which really matter. I live here, you live there. He believes this, she believes that. They don't associate with them. Impure versus pure, superior versus inferior, as the doors of our tightly fitting boxes keep the world at bay, and our mindset committed to this four walls which devalue opportunities for learning from those deemed strangers. Oh, how we love our boxes where the voice we hear always agrees with the slant of our homegrown box-cured objectives. The voice on the other end always thinks as we do. Each website adheres strictly to the governing laws that make our prejudices, as we smile because prejudice always looks better from our box if it has governing laws. A multifaceted community of ideas consumes boxes like wildfire. So we moisten our boxes constantly with the water of fantasy to keep at bay anything remotely related to diverse concepts. Our victory is ensured only by actually never having to play. In our boxes, we stand as a type of unsure boldness that finds us constantly peeking through the cracks for any change detrimental to our four sides of confusion. But oh, how we love our boxes, because in them we can sidestep the responsibility of seeing what might actually really be there.
Better than us. Yeah. And he's also a poet, and he's a flautist, and he's also in Tikal. So we got a lot of great creatives here. All right, next I'd like to introduce you to Emely Clark. I saw Emely. Come on up. Oh, there you are. Let's hear it for Emely Clark.
Doing tonight?
Good, yeah.
Great. Okay, let's start with myself in a cage. Ghost bodies without mouths sit quietly, pace silently about me. Narrow souls, the bars of my self-made prisons. Inside, I knew I deserved better. He wasn't good for me. She wasn't honest or kind. The work was not suited for me. She's too good for blank, I said about myself. I thought it and felt it, my heart cried it with 1,000 fluttering wings. When no one confirmed, I accepted it and resigned to my cage, the cage, inside deep down, boiling rage. I thought I was clever, I snapped off sinews. In stillness I see acid burning me up, slicing me inside, seeping from my skin, poisoning my heart. I caused the pain, I built the cage. My cage, the cage, inside deep down, boiling rage. I built my own prison, boundaries of my own making, limitations drawn with my own hand. Failures I swallowed. I whipped myself down, crumpled my own strong body, stifled my cries. I am the source of my cage, the cage, inside, deep down, boiling rage. Until I awoke and let the rage come, letting my voice echo, so loud it toppled stone walls. An acid seeped out. Through every pore it flowed, until it ate away at the metal, bars, the barbs, crumbling away, falling before me. And that's the day I stepped out of my cage.
Need you all to join us. Juan was just reminding me, you guys can come up to the drum and drum if you want to. And yeah, open invitation. We really mean it. This is the beat of the people. And Emely Clark, not only is she an amazing poet, but she's also a poetry educator with a nonprofit organization called California Poets in the Schools, which has been around for 52 years. So she's awesome. She goes into schools from K through 12 and community centers and teaches poetry to youth. So yeah, Emely, we love you, girl. All right. Next, I'd like to bring up Juan Cardenas. Juan is a poet, flautist, and he's handing over the percussion to me.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? All right, I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to Lit Crawl, and please help yourself with the drum. We're encouraging y'all to just let it be. Just grab a stick and have fun. Just collaborate with us. As a musician, I also collaborate with poets, and I love combining music and poetry. It's a beautiful thing. This is I have my friend over here, Lou and Romero, that had just joined us with drums. So I'm excited to see them. Give me one quick second. A chapbook called The Beat of an Immigrant Chicano. I am an immigrant. I crossed the desert to get here. And I'm writing poetry and teaching poetry to schools in LAUSD and outside LA County. And it's really my pleasure and honor to do that, to give back to the community. I've written poems about my struggle on being here in this country without a social security, and I write about it. This is how I express, my anger in a safe way, in a safe manner. So this is a poem called "Truth About the Border." Crows circle the blue altitudes, crossing the border in and out in a mocking fashion to the intelligent race underneath. Truth is an executioner traffic freeway. Cross finish line from a run away from a thirst and the human hounds. Truth is an ice patrol truck traveling through no roads, engine roaring under the heat strokes of his RSTs. Truth is a weary side of vultures surveying the sky as gold reflecting off their dark feather wings soar above a desert whose geography wages war against a foot who isn't plated by costly luxuries. Thank you.
Bravo, Juan Cardenas.
And now, I'd like to introduce the next poet. That will be the founder of Los Angeles Poet Society, Jessica Wilson. Let's give it
Oh, wow, that's awesome. I love the drum. The drum is our heartbeat, right? Yeah. Our heartbeat was the first ever drum. So we all are drumming here. It's awesome. Thank you, Nelson, Mr. Adams, Tom Adams. He is awesome. He's a poet too. And he's also an educator. He teaches at Silmar High School. Yeah, it's all good. It's adding to the percussion again. Anyway, I wrote it just for you, and it's called the No-Ho Beat. I'm a third-generation beat poet. Had the pleasure of being taught by a man named Paul Evangelisti that was taught by Jack Spicer, one of the original beats from the Beat generation. Anyhow, this is for you. The No-Ho Beat. Create to feed, placate the mind. When it hurts, it's beat. When ideas go flat, fail to resolve, intimidate you, your beat. The No-Ho Beat is conflicted, shredded already on the inside, but still reaches to reach their dream. The No-Ho Beat deals with it. Gives salutation to others on the same path, facing obstacles, moving forward. Lonely times, much lonely times marked, but it feels good. It makes life way worth living, because each move they make test perimeter fences, showing us, them, they're putting up stakes, so we must be good. And I'd rather live when that happens. Being beat, so outrageous, so exasperated, no one wants to attend your readings, your workshops, your kids' birth, baptism, and amendments. No attitude is fostered, it just is. And as beats align themselves with others that roll along the same soul tune, bongo, drum harmony, set themselves aside from all others so drastically. It is this dedication we sink our heads, our hearts, our beats. I think us brave. As we test and play according to rules, we still press further to show that boundaries are not static, but move to the aggression of the show. We place incongruity and thin air and place fondness, our new extreme. The no along the ready, steady electronics of dance. Oh, I listen to it. Follow the beats. Act noble. Choose noble. Face deep and succinct conflicts. Just try and reach farther, man. Beat is fast enough, slow enough, jives enough, until the hips plunger down into the swell of yours. Now join the movement that makes the beat heard. And dig that funky jazz. Yeah. Reading her new book, When You Can't Scream, or 10 Reasons Why I Smoke. And she's going to share a poem with us. Let's hear it for Doren. And we are just getting started. I was looking at the clock, I'm like, dude, we got lots of time. So this is awesome.
And I have an oxidant around the face like a cup, the breath nearly freezes. I watch the night rain flush dirt down avenue slurries, forcing many to jump oblivion. Singing through non-atonements through the day, first there is space, then plumb bob scribbles, then building and the buildings, and over yonder is priced, and here decays. And the money passes hands, and smiles widen, and your life is duplexed and labeled half off. Standing still, lift the cup to the lips. At the end of the trail is always the beaten, the people standing there yelling to send them out. So that they may see the wicked who could not, under great pressure, make gold from the clay in God's country. Scene repeats. Our hardness shines like chrome trinkets hooked in our skin of my place among the people that made good a land between the seas. Million years of being contained, your base animal on long trails, reattaching the business of death, because over there is a market to jerk. Following paths off the rocks, we are eyeless in the firelight. Grease smoke accretes on our clothes, and the blessing begins. A species looks up at the light, pushes itself through ribbed shaft. Over the land the storm torments, standing in the night rain, evolving creatures, dominant, eager, yearning. Thank you.
Now we're gonna have just a drum.
Let's hear some jams, guys.